My name is Michael Potts. I live aboard and sail this Scepter 36-foot sailboat, and this is where I am today. Vero Beach, Florida. I have 72 episodes documenting this journey all the way down the east coast of the United States, and in the last video, I stopped and visited a really cool subscriber in Vero Beach, and in the morning, I moved on, headed towards Fort Lauderdale. After sailing almost 1,000 nautical miles, the sunny Florida days were really sinking in, and it was great to be somewhere warm, sailing free. Alright, so I'm about to go through Hope Sound Bridge, right there, which is a swing bridge, a lift bridge. And the bridge master said to me that the next bridge after this is actually inoperable, and it has been that way for 2 weeks. I wish I had known this information because there is an inlet called Jupiter Inlet after this. I can get to that inlet and get out. However, it's one of these non-navigable inlets, where on the charts it says 5 feet 9 and it's all in the blue, and you're kind of like, you know, go through this inlet and you're at your own peril. So I made the decision to go through to Jupiter because I'm not turning around and going to Fort Pierce. I was just there, you know, it's taking me all day to get there. Okay, so I have no choice. I'm gonna go through this bridge and we're gonna go down and into Jupiter, and I'm gonna talk to some local people there and try and get an idea of how I can get out of that inlet. I mean, this is gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be fun. So let's go through this bridge, head down to Jupiter, see what happens. Guys, so I'm in Jupiter. It's the morning. It's a little late in the afternoon. I had to wait for high tide. So just south of here, the bridges are down, and I got to go out on the ocean. It's Jupiter Inlet is the one I got to get out. Now it's a tough inlet to get in and out of. I went and asked this guy over here on this boat, and he gave me instructions how to get out. That's so important, guys. When things come down to it, you really got to ask and ask people what's up, because this is a really dangerous outlet to go out of. But regardless, we're gonna do it. It's high tide right now. We're gonna go up and out and onto the ocean. Let's do this. Jerk. Jerk. Total jerk. See what I mean? These boats just like, don't even care. It's the sailboat from Canada. Hello there, this is the Sailing Yacht EV approaching from the north. Just wondering when your next opening is, or if you're on demand.
I can open when you get to the bridge.
Copy that. Sailing Yacht EV standing by on 09.
Captain, do you know down our last and shut down?
Yes, sir. I will be exiting out of Jupiter and heading south that direction. Over.
Going up to the bridge.
Copy that. One more bridge to go and we can get out on Jupiter. We're on Jupiter. All right, and we're gonna get down south somewhere. I don't know where we're going actually. Let's take a look. Next big inlet is, Jesus, farther than I thought. There it is. Palm Beach Shores. Palm Beach. Look at the color of the water here, guys. Alright, so here's the situation, guys. Look at this. Oh my god. So I gotta get out this little entrance here. Well, it's high tide, so we should be alright. Let's just see what happens here. 12 feet of water. I got a full tide symbol. Just north of here, northeast of here, is a bunch of standing sandbars. So what he was saying was, what you got to do is just cut right around that corner. So I got to go whoop, and then go out. He said, once you see the second lifeguard tower, then you can turn to your port and head out to sea. Alright, you know what's up? We're pretty close to the beach here. 13 feet of water. I think I can see the sandbar from here. I'm gonna head to that other lifeguard tower. Woo! We're getting there. All right, guys, we made it out. We're good. We're doing 5 knots. Woo! Lots of big ass waves out here. Palm Beach Inlet, and I just committed to sailing to Miami, so we get there at around 2 a.m. tonight. The winds are good, you know, they're gonna drop off a bit. It's coming from the south. If it was coming from the north, there'd be a different story. So I'm just, you know, what can I do? I'm gonna say we'll be in Miami tomorrow. We can wake up tomorrow and be in Miami. I mean, it's just the final push, right? I might as well just do it. So I could turn around, go back in there, but I'd be, you know, doing the ICW tomorrow again, and it would take two more days. Just gonna do it, man. Let's get to Miami. All right, guys, the sun's going down. I'm 30 or 25 nautical miles away from Fort Lauderdale. The wind has really died off, the waves have really died off, and I'm finding it hard to maintain speed with these winds because of the Gulf Stream. The Gulf Stream is literally right here. Like, right now I'm at 40 feet deep. If I go a nautical mile that way, it's like 200 feet deep. So there's quite a bit of a current going north just off of where I am. Now, if you probably can't see it on the GoPro, but if you look ahead, there is quite a lot of buildings and stuff up there. So when the sun does go down, I'll have a reference point to know where the shore is. But that's my issue here, is I don't want to be out here at night this close to the shore and go all the way to Miami. Okay, so I'm looking at a 7 a.m. Miami time now because of the speed's really dropped off. I got a 1 knot current going this way. So I think the best thing to do is a chopper coming at us. There you go. So I think the best thing to do here, guys, is to go in at Fort Lauderdale. And look at that, it's pretty cool. We go in at Fort Lauderdale. We'll get there around 2 in the morning at this point. If I turn the engine on, we can get there for like 11:30, 12. Been a bad decision. Look at this. All right, so I'm 20 nautical miles away from Fort Lauderdale. The problem with Fort Lauderdale, which I didn't really look into, is there's not much of anywhere to anchor because it's a regulated anchorage, okay? I'm gonna go in anyway. Everything's everywhere downstairs because it's pretty bouncy out here. Now I'm really fighting this current here, you know, this Gulf Stream. So, damn it. That leaves me with 4 hours until I get to Fort Lauderdale at night. I'm gonna go in, it's a cruise ship terminal, so it's not bad, guys. I mean, come on. I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna go down. I'm just gonna find somewhere to drop the hook and drop the hook. If the Coast Guard says anything to me, I'm gonna say, dude, you know, the weather changed and I had to come in somewhere and drop my hook. So, problem with Fort Lauderdale is there's a bunch of bridges there that open and close. And by the time I get there, they're not gonna be opening and closing, right? Because it's late, so it's kind of a bad call. I haven't seen any lightning yet, but the wind is coming from there, and that is coming at me, right? So whatever's under there could present a problem here. You know, I'm glad that it's coming from the south. If it was coming from the north, we'd be in big trouble. So let's see what happens here.
After many hours of sailing, I made it into Fort Lauderdale and kind of looked around for a place to anchor, but just couldn't find anywhere because it's a cruise ship terminal, a regulated anchorage. And at this point I hadn't slept for like 24 hours, so I just did what I could and finally found a place to drop my hook.
Wow, it's the morning. I'm just south of Fort Lauderdale. Wow. What a stressful night. Crazy. I'm literally anchored in the middle of the ICW because there was nowhere else to anchor. When I came in Fort Lauderdale, as soon as I came in, there's a cruise ship terminal. Okay, and there's all these big ships and tugboats everywhere. And I was trapped inside a commercial area, essentially. I mean, it was all just big ships, like a shipping port. And then when I got down here, there was a bridge here. So I'm like, no big deal. I'll just lay my hook somewhere and no one will care because none of these big tugboats are gonna go down and past here. It's all residential past here. Yeah, no big deal. I go to lay my hook and it's all like rocks on the bottom here. Not rock, but like somebody has taken it and mined it, you know what I mean? So it's just, the anchor would just drag. Scrape all the way along the bottom. So I was like, oh, I'll use my new anchor. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just too tired. And I just laid literally 200 feet of chain out and it seemed to be holding there. It's just kind of sliding around. And when I was down below sleeping, I could hear the chain sliding around in the bottom of the basin here, of the river here, whatever, canal. So this bridge opens at 7:30. We got an opening at 7:30. And we can get into like the hip parts of Fort Lauderdale. I'm running on a few hours sleep and, you know, I'm tired. Look at that yacht. Oh my God. Wow. Beautiful. That's a real sailboat. Oh no. That's something else. Oh. Look at the size of it. That is hands down the most beautiful yacht I've ever seen. Oh, it's magical here. There's you know, just south of here is Al Capone's house from back in the 30s. It's still there. And this is Fort Lauderdale up here. There's lots of like bridges and little areas to drop your hook. Final stretch here, guys. Got one bridge here. Oh, one bridge. This is the Venetian Causeway Bridge. And this is Miami right here. I'm gonna go off to the port side and find an anchorage near Flagler Memorial Island, hopefully lay my hook and flop out, because I've been up for 24 hours now. I've had 1 hour sleep between then. Very tired. Oh, it's so worth it though, because this is it, you know. Now I can really concentrate on what's next. So let's get through this bridge here.
So after all these months, I finally made it to Miami and was anchored at Flagler Memorial Island. Absolutely amazing. That's it for this episode. In the next few episodes, I prepared the boat to leave Miami and cross the Gulf Stream into the Bahamas. So stick around for that video, guys. Leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. Captain Michael signing out.